Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Maternity Diary. Today, I have some beautiful faces here, yummy mummies and mummies to be, and yummy daddies and daddies to be. It's time for the Maternity Diary. Today, we are going to talk about some of the, there are some parenting topics that are guaranteed to always bring some riff-raffs even among parents, and you are always wondering, like, how is this person doing this, or this is bad parenting, that is bad parenting. But to be honest with you, we all agree that parenting has no hard or strict manual, right? So today we'll be talking about some of the most controversial topics, just about 5, and then but then we have a wonderful guest here, Maestro. And we have this and that with Dr. Enimwa. Yeah, you all know her. She's been on this channel, and you guys have also been on her channel. So you'll be having her link. I'll put her link in the comment section. No, in the description, right? Yes. You just click on it because her name is so long. If you type one thing wrong, you'll never find her.
If you put it in your title, you think there's no title.
Yes. So I'll put the link, so you just click it, find her, and go to her channel to watch, because we have a different video over there that's going to be more exciting even than this one. So we'll be right back. All right. So, we will tackle our very first topic, which is one of the most controversial topics that most parents actually have very different views about. And this first topic is the issue of breastfeeding versus bottle feeding. So we'll start first of all with Maestro here, telling us what his opinion is. What does he think about breastfeeding?
What does he want his wife to do?
His wife, or he himself?
I cannot breastfeed.
He doesn't breastfeed, so what does he want his wife to do?
Yes. So what do you think about the issue of breastfeeding and bottle feeding? Do you really have a preference, and if you do, why?
I don't have a preference because naturally when even animals give birth, you don't teach their puppies or their kittens where to find the nipples to suckle on. So naturally, the first point of feeding has to be suckling directly from the mom. So I don't think I have an opinion.
So you think it should be breast?
Yes.
It should be breastfed.
Yes, I agree. So naturally, there are some.
Who defines naturally?
Who defines natural? That's a breastfed. Who defines natural?
Like I'm saying, when animals give birth, automatically, naturally, they start suckling. So that's the natural cause. And until recently, that.
So you prefer breastfeeding over bottle feeding?
I don't think I prefer, because I don't have breast to breast.
But you would want, because naturally you would want your wife
let's
to
just
breastfeed your children than bottle feed.
Yes. You are mothers, so I think you have more experience. Wait. Let me land. Wait. I learned that breast milk directly from the breast has some ingredient and whatever it is that is going to help to build the immune system.
That's the colostrum, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So now, if you pour it or you pump it into the bottle, who knows? With all these chemicals that come with the plastic bottles or what's not,
it's BPA free.
No, but not all of them.
Not all of them.
So you buy a BPA free bottle.
How would you know? Sometimes you don't know, because before you,
it's written on it. It's written on the box. It's BPA free.
Is it cheaper or more
expensive?
No,
it's affordable.
But how can you be sure?
Chemicals in the plastic bottles
There are no chemicals in the plastic bottle because they are BPA free plastic bottles.
No, but even generally, now that we are still pushing for natural organic plastic plates and bowls and straws and everything, that is coming from research made by experienced scientists trying to tell us that the plastic waste that we are using is harmful to our health in the long run.
So Maestro prefers the
I'm getting his points a little bit.
No bottles.
No, I'm getting his points a little bit because usually, like even when a child is sick and they breastfeed directly from the nipples, the body produces some antibiotics that can fight, like that can be flow in the breast milk, and then it can fight whatever disease that they are.
Born with the mother as well.
Exactly, with the mother. But when it's bottle feeding, even if it's the same breast milk that you transfer to the bottle, you don't have that same exact effect. I don't know if you get what I mean. So I get where he is coming from.
But I think it's not natural because I know mothers, I know friends.
What is not natural?
Like the
breastfeeding.
Because I know mothers and I know people.
Unnatural?
I know people, yes. I know people that their breast milk did not come.
Right.
Their breast milk did not flow when they had their children.
Right.
There was no breast milk, so they needed the formula. They needed to bottle feed their children. So most mothers will have it, but it's not natural for everyone. Not everyone will naturally get breast milk.
No, I disagree. The reason why I disagree is...
But I know someone that did not get breast milk.
Why does she get breast milk?
What are you disagreeing on?
What is the question?
What are you disagreeing on, right?
I'm disagreeing
that is
for
not natural, or that some women did not get
So
breast milk.
let's take, this is a very, we're having unpopular opinions on topics, right?
Yes.
So let's bring in the subject of barrenness. For example, naturally, every woman of childbearing age is supposed to be able to conceive.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not everybody who can. But that doesn't mean that's the norm. It's an unfortunate incident. So something might have something might have gone wrong.
Yeah.
So if women are expected to lactate and produce breast milk, but 1 or 2 or 10 of them is not,
or more of them
is not,
and
then there is a problem somewhere.
No, it's okay for them to bottle feed.
Yeah, just because they cannot.
But you have to make that effort first.
Between breast milk and bottle feed, do bottle feed.
No, I think it's one
bottle feed.
Why would you? Why
exactly?
Rather, you cannot do anything, you cannot go anywhere if you don't bottle feed and you are breastfeeding. No, because you have to take your children everywhere with you. I remember when I was breastfeeding one of my children and I went to the salon, I went to do my hair. They called me, I went to a funeral.
They called you like many times.
Where are you? The child is up. I thought I would be back before then. We need you. We are driving to where you are. But if the child was being bottle fed, I could just go on and give my respect to the person that was there. They were looking for me. I said, I'm coming. The child was crying. Was
Is it that there was breast milk in the bottle available, but
there was no breast milk in the bottle because I was doing full on
breastfeeding. So that brings even the topic of even formula feeding as well.
Yes.
You get it? Because with this, like I do know somebody personally, when she gave birth, in the first few hours, the nurses were insisting, try. And this lady actually snuck, and I'm sure you're watching this video, she snuck in some formula, is it nano or something, and then she put it in her bag. So when the nurses went, she quickly tried to make it for the baby because she felt the baby was very hungry. But the truth of the matter is that the nurses were also trying, because usually during the first few hours, if you do not make that extra effort, the breast milk will not come, So even though it can be very painful, you have to make that extra effort. Exactly. So for me, like in the first few hours at least, you have to make that extra effort so that you get what the colostrum that your child needs. Right after that, you can decide to do whatever you want to do. Do formula feeding.
Wants to breastfeed. Not everyone. Some people just want the baby.
And they want the breast to stay. Some of us, like right now, our breasts are...
No, like not everyone.
No, but easy.
Please, if you don't want to breastfeed, it is okay. Don't mind them. Or get your bottles PDA free and give your children the bottles.
So you don't have to buy push-up bra.
At night, when the children are not sleeping, you want to sleep. At least if it's bottle, you can put the bottle. Your husband can take turns so that you can also sleep.
But you know that they also bottle feed too. They usually have constipation. The kids, do you like they have more constipation than those who, You haven't seen that? Because I think it's because of the ingredients. So the protein in the formula, the protein in the formula is just more difficult to break when they take, because their body isn't fully adapted to that. So it causes them to constipate a little bit compared to breast milk, which is much easier to break down into the nutrients in smaller pieces.
But let me understand something. The doctors will give you something.
So then.
And they get colic a lot too because of the bottle and all that. So there are disadvantages.
Oh, so you agree to that?
Oh, I know they get colic, but then if you want your breast to stand,
exactly. You don't have to buy push-up bra.
and you need to
And push up your bra.
and you need help.
Would you choose your breast over your baby's health?
There are some people that if my breast milk is not coming.
No,
No, this one is
This is
different.
different.
Not
This is
the
an
pressure.
It's not about health. This is not about health.
It is.
This is about will you choose my breast over my children's feeding?
The
My children's
baby's
food.
The only food your baby has at that point is the breast milk.
But then if the breast milk is not there and it's not coming.
If,
But then doctors.
If. Granted.
Please, I'll choose my breast.
You
You choose your breast over.
I'll choose my breast. That's why it's unpopular. Because you're expecting me to say I'll choose.
No.
Please, I'll choose my breast.
Just to understand
It has
why
to
you
be.
choose one.
Okay, you
over
know,
one.
there's a study also out there that is saying that kids that were breastfed longer actually are more intelligent, like book-wise. Did you know that?
I've heard that, but I don't agree.
You don't
I don't
agree?
think so.
I don't know if it's true or how
I
long
don't
the
think
study has
so.
been
But
going
you
on
see,
for,
like-
but that's what they
I
claim.
feel like for children's intelligence and everything, there is an aspect of a lot of parental involvement.
Yeah.
Parents just need to be very involved in their
Exactly.
children, like teaching them, supporting them. It's not just the school. When they come back home,
Yeah.
parents should be the primary teachers
Yeah.
to teach. And that goes a longer way than
Exactly.
just the breast milk and all.
Exactly.
You know, after 6 months, you're good to go.
6 months.
Leave the
I
girls
did
alone.
18 months, and even though I wanted to do 24, but at the point I was like, no, you're embarrassing me.
18 months.
Yes, I did 18 months for the first one, and the thing is, at the point when we go out in public, he's trying to like remove it in public.
Of
Are you
course,
kidding?
But why would you
Of
go
course,
18
of
months?
course.
Because I read about a lot of the benefits of breastfeeding, and I know people who breastfeed even till 4 years.
Hey!
Yeah, I know people breastfeed till 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Someone that can actually eat
Yeah.
fufu and soup. What are you doing
And
with the
you
breast?
goes.
What are you doing with the breast?
You know,
At
like,
that time, am I married to you or what? What is going on here?
I always try to make reference to our mothers and grandparents from back home in
I
the
don't,
villages.
I don't make reference to them.
Wait,
They are not my standard.
no, it's okay. But let's put health as standard practices. Like, these people who live long, they are not eating the good foods that we are eating currently, but they have like stronger immune system than most of us do right now. So what is it that they were doing differently? And
They're
than what-
breastfeeding.
They were exercising, they were walking a lot.
Yeah, and they
They
don't
were
breast-
doing
and-
cars.
and
They
they
were
don't
doing
breastfeed for
exercise, they were
18
going to
months.
bed.
Yeah.
They were.
Like,
I don't know how long they
to the
breastfeed for
farm.
though.
They were going to the farm. They were working, exercising a lot.
tie it to the farm. A mother gives birth within 2-3 months. She has to go back digging.
Yeah.
So after,
But we are in a
Okobam
different
is saying that
era.
Mama Kwani.
We are in a different dispensation.
but we are still human beings.
So
The
we just
same-
need to exercise more. But we can't go to the farm. I can't go to the farm. I have no idea how to grow your food for you. I can't go to the farm. So I just need to exercise more.
And
So
then-
what are we saying? I'm saying that please, it's okay if you can breastfeed. Of course, that's what the doctors
Or
will
try.
tell you. The doctors will tell you to breastfeed.
Make
That's
that
what they
effort,
recommend.
yeah.
But if you can't for any reason at all, I beg, get the bottle.
Including making your breast stay put.
But this
And not go
but
flat.
this breast, whatever you do to go down.
I was
You'll
about
go
to say,
down.
I was just like,
It will go down.
At some point in your
no
life.
matter what.
So please.
Okay, great. Let's talk about the next one. And this one is for girl moms like you. I'm not a girl mom. And it's the topic of piercing your daughter's ear before they grow up, to make that decision to be actually have their ears pierced. Because, I mean, some of us where we come from, the very day you give birth, the nurses are piercing these babies' ears, like right in the hospital. But then where we are in the Western world, you have kids as at 8 years, they still haven't pierced their ears, and then they get to 9 years, 10 years, they see that other kids have pierced their ears, and they want to do it too. What are your opinions about it? Well, you have a girl, so we'll start with you.
So I think you should pierce it when they are younger. The reasons are because it's less painful. Because for my girls, whenever I pierce their ears, I just breastfeed them and it's done. They've forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was much younger, I realized I had a problem with my ears. So I don't typically always wear earrings. I only wear earrings when I really have to. And then the doctor said I should go and pierce it again. But because I know it's very painful, I haven't pierced it. I still have one piercing because it's very painful. Even at this point, you can see people piercing their ears, their nose, and you're like, and that's why I haven't done it. So I feel like from a cultural perspective, this is one of the cultural values I hold dearly on, that just for the pain, pierce it when they are much younger. And if they don't want it when they grow up, you just leave it. It goes. The holes. If you don't put earrings all the time in your ear, it just heals up and closes.
But how about people who think it's like mutilation? It's like you get what I mean?
No,
Like,
it has to differentiate. We come from a place where our hair is 4C. Our hair is 4C, so we don't have really long hair to see that this 4C hair.
You are confusing the gentleman here.
4C hair is African hair, our natural hair. So it's very tough, and most children. So if the child doesn't have hair, then you're not sure, is this a baby girl, is this a baby boy? People can't really tell, and they're hey, is he? And I'm like, oh, it's a hair. It's like, oh. So with the earrings, it makes it easier for them to know, oh, this is just a baby girl. If you are socializing your child in that gender way,
then that also brings it to like people who feel like you shouldn't like overly force gender on your baby, you know, because you are putting like an indelible mark on the child.
Like, for me, from a cultural perspective, and for the pain, because I've seen adults getting their ear pierced, and I've seen children, and it's just the breast. That's the difference, and they are done, and they've forgotten what is happening. And then the adults, some of them, it's so honestly, I think children should have it.
So do you pierce one, or you can pierce like 3?
Pierce one, please. And then leave them when they grow, they want to pierce.
Would you pierce your baby's hair, your baby's ear, a baby girl?
I mean, from a cultural point, yes, because that is what I've come to
know
that it's been done. And I was about to ask a question about what is the fundamental reason why we pierce ladies and not the gents.
Exactly.
But you just said it's for
differentiation for gender,
But other than that, once they grow up, it's more the aesthetics and
yes. So if you like and you have a son, you can pierce the son to know.
Once again, culturally, no.
Whose culture?
Our culture. I'm talking for my culture.
I am not breastfeeding, but our culture piercing just for the pain. I feel like they can bear it more when they are younger and they forget about it.
True.
But when they are much older, yes. And I feel like I know people just leave it and their children decide. But that's also their culture, that you leave it for their children to decide. If they come from where we come from, they'll probably do the same thing that we do.
True. Oh, I'll definitely do for my girls.
If you do,
and if I had a chance, I'll actually even pierce 2.
Right.
Because you like it.
I like it, and the thing is, when I grew up, when I became, I went into the university. I actually like piercing, but I grew up in a home where Christian home. You don't pierce more than one. If you pierce more than one, that means you backslided and stuff like that. And so I'm telling you, and there was a time I did. Honestly, I want to do this one, but I know that if I do it, like my dad, number one, is going to be like, you know, because I did, like when I was in uni, I did extra piercing, and when I go home, my dad it's still there, but I just don't wear earrings. But once in a while, when I feel like being a little bit funky, then I do.
Bad B comes around.
My dad actually called like people in the church, like some of the older people, to come and talk to me. That's
where did he go wrong?
Oh,
he tried everything.
I did my best.
And the funny thing is, like, I thought he had seen the ears long ago. So we were sitting in the car one day, and then I think he turned and he was looking at me. So I was wondering what he was looking at. I thought he was looking at like something by me. And then he's like,
"You got a
what happened?" Exactly. That's why Dad asked me, and I said yes. So he didn't say anything again. We go home. He drove quietly. We go home. The next day, and that same evening, they had called some people to come and talk to me from church. I felt like
my daughter has gone astray. Come and help me bring her back because of one PSA.
Just because of a PSA.
And I was being told to go and get another PSA because the first hole wasn't.
Honestly, like personally, I wish I could even do one here and here, but I won't do it because my dad is going to. Even though I'm older,
yes. Married,
honestly, my dad.
You never stop being a parent. You never
stop being a parent. Honestly, even when you have their old just like that. Unfortunately. Yeah, so I'll definitely pierce my daughter's ears, and if my husband would allow,
Once or twice.
I'll do one, because I know that my husband will definitely not allow that I do two.
Yeah.
But like myself, I would love to do two for her, but I guess
So then that will be you imposing it on her.
exactly. So I don't want to impose it, so I'll just do that one.
The distinctive one.
Yes, exactly, and then we leave it as it is.
Oh.
Yeah, and that brings to the next topic: circumcision in male babies. What are your thoughts?
Once upon a time,
Uh-huh.
I worked, I wouldn't name the country, but it's in the southern part of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not so long ago, like 2015, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about. And then I woke up one morning and in the news, the government is actually paying for the men to go and circumcise themselves. So that
Why?
because circumcision is not practiced.
So, but why is the government forcing them to go and do it?
Because of the health implication
Health.
that comes with uncircumcised
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
penises.
There's penile cancer these days among a lot of men that are not circumcised.
Yeah.
And I think because of the folds also, it's very likely that you can
There's a lot of dirt in there.
residues,
Yeah,
exactly.
and if you don't like to bath,
And
I mean,
especially
and
the
if-
heat.
and if you
Like
like,
the
if
heat.
you like wearing one boxer,
It was so weird. So I started looking at all the guys very weird. Oh, so you.
You two are not.
what do you do?
But I think for cleanliness sake, yeah, every guy has to be circumcised.
I feel like I would circumcise my children because it's a religious and cultural thing.
Yeah, from that perspective.
It's a religious thing. We need to be circumcised as Christian, and I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
We need to be circumcised. So,
But
from
not
that
all
perspective-
Christians are circumcised, you know that, because I do know a lot of Christians, white Christians, whose kids are not circumcised.
they don't read the Bible.
Who told you?
No, I don't.
No,
like,
but
No,
I-
because they don't.
so it's for a cultural thing for them.
I think
not
it's
a religious
more.
thing.
Yeah, I think for those of us coming from like Western Africa, it's more cultural than religion. Because to be honest with you,
It's
who
like-
brought the religion? It's still the white. Let's say the white people brought the religion, but they don't even do the circumcision as much as we, the West Africans, do.
And I think it's also a Jewish thing, and then most
Yeah.
of the Old Testament is from the Jewish
Yeah.
community. So Jewish, they will circumcise.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And I remember when I circumcised myself, I'm like, this looks like what I
You were expecting.
Now
You
now
know-
I know something that I know, because before then I wasn't sure what was happening.
You know, my dad had talked about this before. So my dad wasn't circumcised when he was born, and he has said this before. And he mentioned that he was circumcised when he was 13 or 10 or so.
Hey.
And at that time,
Yeah.
there wasn't
Okay.
even local anesthesia. It wasn't like as strong as the ones over here. So they will put it there, but it does nothing. And then they hold your arms and your legs. Imagine this strong
Yeah, see, you already
teenager.
can't even
I'm
impregnate
telling you.
someone. When you got to bottle, you can't
Exactly.
impregnate
So for him, like, he didn't want any of his kids to experience something like this. So right from the get-go, he circumcised. We had 3 boys. He circumcised each and every one of them. And so for me, when I had a boy, to be honest, I didn't even think about circumcision. That was the last thing on my mind. And then we circumcised my son, and it was one of the most horrific experiences I ever had in my life. We did it in a hospital, and he was like bound by some what's it called? Some bands or something like that, straps to hold him down. And then they did the whole thing, the ring method and everything. And I told myself, God, please, I don't want to have
Never
another
boy
boy.
again.
Never. I don't want to have.
boy.
And then I had another boy. So guess what I did? This time, my husband and myself, we said we will not go to the hospital because the experience was still horrific. Even when we got home, he kept crying. Like, you see that it's like he remembered
Yeah.
what happened. He's okay, and then he remembers and he starts crying. So my second boy, we actually got a Jewish rabbi to come to the house to do it. And to be honest with you, they didn't even have all the fancy equipment that these doctors had. But trust me, within seconds it was done. Like, my husband was told to go and bring something. He went, and the house was a small house, so you won't say that he went so far away in the house that he couldn't come in time. He just went to the next door to take something. The next door in the house. By the time he came, it was done. The baby didn't even cry. like nothing at all, and they didn't use like any fancy stuff. He just did it and it was done.
Do you know the wanzams from Ghana?
Wanzam, that's what my dad calls them.
Wanzam! Wanzam!
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They are just so fast. I don't know how they do it. They just...
Yeah, very, very fast. And me, if I had another boy, I'll definitely do a rapper again. And this one, it wasn't like it was just a rapper we didn't know from anywhere. So this guy actually does it for the Jewish hospital. He's been doing it for several years. And you know, this people, they haven't only done 50 circumcision. They've done like thousands and thousands of it.
A Jewish doctor did my son's.
Your son's, so it was easier. Exactly. That's it. So for me, like if I have a son again, I'm definitely going to do that. But at the same time, even when I'm among my friends whose kids are not circumcised, to be honest with you, sometimes I feel like I don't want to let them see that my child is circumcised, because I don't want that judgment of you did this to your child. Like you.
He doesn't even remember.
But they'll say it's genital mutilation, you know, and how are you going to feel about it? So I hardly talk about such a topic with people that I know who haven't done it. And they're also Christians even.
Like, I know that female genital mutilation, we all spoke against it.
Yeah.
But with this, I feel like
Especially
there's
when
small
there's
medical
health. Yeah,
reasons
exactly.
for us to take it off. But with the female, we were actually taking the clitoris, which is the pleasurable part of the female
To
body,
prevent them from being a
away,
bad girl.
so that we yes. And so they are growing up and they are not enjoying sex and they are getting hurt. That is why we were speaking against it.
Yeah.
But for all the health and medical reasons, yeah. Wanzam, call the Wanzam.
Wanzam, call the Wanzam. When I give birth to her, I'm going to look for
You are going to look for one. No, you have to do a Jewish doctor. Right now we are advocating for Jewish.
I think that is the bougie Wanzam.
If you take a child to Ghana, then you do
Wanzam.
Wanzam. But
You do Wanzam, oh my
call
God.
the Jewish doctor.
Yeah. And I mean that's something that even most of my friends who have male boys are always worried about it, because hey, what if this happens? And there was a time I had one of my subscribers message me. She was like, "Oh, what do you think about circumcision?" And that I didn't even know how to handle the topic, because
Medical research on it, and for medical
Yeah.
reasons and culturally, religiously, circumcise the boy. And I've heard, and I don't know because I haven't compared.
It is
Hey,
true. It is true.
that's what.
Whatever it is,
Whatever it is.
that, but the
That's
circumcised
something.
one, it's
Something.
sweeter and it's better and it's stronger when they grow up and they're having sexual relationships with their partner. So if you don't want your son's wife or partner to cheat on them, circumcise them.
To cheat on them, oh my God.
Live by